Some people may still be a bit on the fence when it comes to whether it's worth playing Legion or not. I mean, is the hype really worth it? Is it really living up to what Legion will actually be? Well, I can't really say it because I have not played Legion. However, I have played the pre-patch, which is available right now, so if you are interested in some of the content Legion has to offer, then go ahead and check it out. But in the meantime, you do have this list, 5 reasons to play Legion. This is more for people on the fence, like I said before. If you know you're not going to play Legion, this will probably completely unaffect you. So keep that in mind. It's also for entertainment purposes, so hey, we got that going for us. Anyway, let's have a look. Number 5, Transmog. This is a gift from Blizzard God. Transmog system, it is now universal across your Battle.net account, which is really good. So if you got a really awesome looking staff on your warrior that you want, which is soulbound, that you want on your warlock or your mage, well, it doesn't matter because it all goes into the wardrobe or the Transmog tab or whatever the hell you want to call it, and you can now give that appearance to your casters, which is really good, really good. For example, I have the Frost Scythe of Ahun on, I don't know, a mage on some realm that I forgot, don't even care about anymore, probably still level 80, and now I can have on my warlock or my other mage. I have 2 mages for some reason, and my other casters, like my druid, if you could call that a caster. So it's really good. It also incentivizes people to go back into the world and play old content like dungeons and instances and raids and all that kind of stuff to get that gear that they really badly want. Also, from quests, you will now get all the quest rewards as Transmog. So if you have an option of 4, you pick 1, you will get the other 3 still in your wardrobe or Transmog tab as bonuses, really. So you could Transmog over your gear, which is really good. It incentivizes people to get on their alts, go out there, do all the quests, do all the instances, do all the raids, get all the gear, and this really opens the doors to creative transmog, which is what I love. Having sets is pretty cool. I have my own set that I've been using since Wrath of the Lich King, but when people go out there and make the most ridiculous looking transmog, that makes me the happiest. Number 4, artifacts. Now, this is coming from someone who admittedly really disliked the look of artifacts. When I was watching BlizzCon, I remember when artifacts came up and I was like, oh, goody. Sarcastically. Anyway, I was not fond of artifacts at all, even when they even when they delved further into the presentation. I didn't like the look of them, and I also didn't like the idea of carrying one weapon for the whole expansion. It is transmogable though, so keep that in mind, and has alternative appearances. Still, I didn't like that. But anyway, I have since had a change of heart, because it looks pretty good now. What I do like most about the artifacts is pretty much all of them have an active ability of some sort that you will get once you get your weapon. And it does, most of the time when they do something like this, it's just a little bonus, a little bonus ability which has this nifty little trick with a long cooldown. But I'm noticing that most of the abilities don't have a long cooldown, they have a relatively short cooldown. What this has done, or what I hope has done, is that it's opened the gates for more creative rotations, damage rotations, healing rotations, tank rotations, everything. I really hope this will work. I know it works with the Warlock Destruction, or most of the Warlock artifact weapons have this ability which they will be using in their rotation, and it's really impressive, and it really opens the gates to new, interesting ways of playing the game, both PvP and PvE. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Also, all the weapons look awesome. You've got the Ashbringer, you've got Doomhammer, you've got the rest, which aren't important enough to remember because they're not the Ashbringer, they're not the Doomhammer, but they all look really awesome anyway, including their alternative appearances. In fact, a lot of their alternative appearances look better, and it's really good. I am looking forward to this, and that is coming from someone who really hated artifacts to begin with. Now I cannot wait. So, good work, Blizzard. You're good at convincing people. Number 3, future PvE content. So I'm not a massive PvEer, especially in Warlords of Draenor, since I had a lot of adult responsibilities. I don't have time for raiding. But I might open up that gate again for Legion. So the instances, which is a part of me and my WoW experience, I've always loved doing dungeons, instances, whatever you want to call them. They now have a reason to be played, which is what I'm looking forward to. They will have a similar progression system to Diablo 3, where they will progressively get harder and reward better loot, which is really good because that means I can just keep on doing them and maybe expect a challenge. So that is something I really look forward to. They offer a much better replayability. With that said, this number 3 also has a little alternative thing. Friends. A lot of friends are coming back to Legion, and if you have a lot of friends that are playing Legion and they're trying to push you into it as well, I'd suggest fall into peer pressure, because nothing is more enjoyable than playing any game with friends. The most enjoyable part of the game is playing it with your friends, not the actual content. Well, content has a certain importance, warlords, but regardless, if your friends want you to play the game, then just give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. A lot of my friends are coming back to Legion, and we are all going to group up and do awesome stuff, and it really does enhance the game experience significantly. So go ahead and do that if you can. Number 2, class reworks. This is humongous. This is the biggest part of the game. This is also in the pre-patch, so you can experience this, but essentially every single class has been reworked in one way or another. Now, melee classes have gotten the most love in this rework. Especially warriors. Warriors look amazing, absolutely amazing. They are by far the most aesthetically pleasing to play by a long shot. Essentially, a lot of the melee classes have gotten new custom animations, and I'm not talking about just ability animations, I'm talking about actual model animations, where the models change and act differently, and don't just do the standard, twirl or whatever the hell they did in the past. Essentially, they all have new animations, they all look absolutely astonishing, particularly Warrior. Death Knight as well has gotten a little bit of love as well, and Paladin. Particularly Enhancement Shaman, they look pretty damn good. But you may also notice that a lot of classes lost abilities, and when I first logged in, I was immensely disappointed. I had lost a lot of my survivability, a lot of my burst, even just basic things like buffs. I lost a lot of it. But then it eventually dawned on me that everyone else lost a lot of abilities too, so it wasn't me who just got kidney shotted by Blizzard and then they went off and praised warriors even more. But anyway, everyone's lost some abilities, and at the first you think, oh, that really sucks, but eventually it works out, and it really does. It's hard to explain, but it really does work out. Another thing is that if you are an old school player, you really need to look at the abilities with a new perspective. So get rid of your old prejudices of the abilities and think of new rotations and stuff like that. For example, the Warlock rotation, we have the same moves, but the rotation is completely different. And it's really baffling. And if you still have that old school mentality, you are really not going to enjoy it. But you need to look at it with a blank slate and you will enjoy it. And you will find that it's immensely better. It's really, really good. Range classes did not get as much love as melee classes, unfortunately. But it is still good. Still really good. I still play my Warlock, and I'm probably going to play a Warrior or DK Alt or something like that. Definitely, if you want the most aesthetically pleasing class, play Warrior by a long shot. They look amazing. Their animations are absolutely amazing. Charge looks amazing. Pummel, Heroic Leap, Rampage, my god. It's amazing. Just go have a look, go play. It's definitely good. Number 1, PvP. I'm not sure if anyone knows, but I am a big PvP fanatic. I love Arena, I love BGs. I like it a lot. So, it is very fun to play at the moment. There are a lot of new playstyles, there are a lot of new experimental builds you can go with, specializations, all that kind of stuff. You can completely rework your rotation based on your game style. You can choose to be a glass cannon, you can choose to be mobile, you can choose to be sustain, anything like that. You can choose to be burst. Most classes have these options, and it's really good. It offers a lot of versatility with gameplay. The other big feature is that if you are an old school Alterac Valley player, old school Alterac Valley is pretty much back. The reason for this is because all the minions have scaled up to 110, and we are all level 100. So basically, the final bosses are borderline impossible to kill, which means the only way to win the battleground is to kill the enemy. For the first time ever in this PvP battleground, you actually have to PvP. And it's really good. It's really fun. If you miss old Alterac Valley, go out there and play it. It's amazing. It really is. Also, while you're in your PGs, you will probably notice there is a warrior and melee class spree. Now, in the past, you may think, oh crap, I'm a caster. This is an absolute nightmare for me. I'm going to die. But if you build correctly, and if you rework your playstyle, you will survive and you will actually dominate. It is really surprising. I'm amazed that Blizzard could pull this off. So do not fear if you are a caster or a healer. It can actually work. And not to mention, the most controversial part was the balancing of everything. So essentially, everyone has very, very similar stats, give or take, depending on your class. And a lot of people thought that this wasn't going to work well. Everyone would feel like a brick in the wall. No one's unique, no one's overpowered, etc., etc. It has not turned out like this at all. What this has actually enabled is for people who are skilled and know when to use abilities at the correct time to dominate. Or I wouldn't say dominate too extravagantly, but they can excel. And it's really good. It's taken the gear divide out of PvP, and now it is, give or take, pretty much always skill orientated. I do not miss the days in WoD where I could get 4-shotted by a warrior and I was full conquest gear. I shit you not. It was not fun. It really wasn't. But now, warriors can't do that to me, and I can't do that to them. I actually have to work hard to kill the enemy, and I need to think carefully, plan strategically. It is amazing. It is really good. It's how I envisioned PvP, and I'm going to make the most of it. And it is, I just recommend it. I very highly recommend it. Go out there, queue up for a BG, just see how fun it is. It's really good. As a bonus reason to play Legion, I'm going to throw in the Demon Invasion event, which will be occurring sometime in August, I think. Give or take, I don't know. I'm not a blue post, so don't quote me on that. Demon Invasion is always fun. You get limited edition gear, limited edition transmog, toys, cosmetics, experiences. I've attended, I think, most of the Invasion events, most of the pre-patch events, and they are very fun. I very highly recommend it. It's an experience you really want to actually experience, so I would very much so recommend it. Also, I think it gives us a taste of what World Quest system would be like, which is coming in Legion, which is to replace the daily quests. So it is a good little experimentation there. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it. I have some more information at the end of this video about future content and past content actually. So if you want to hear about that, then stick around. Everyone else, have a good one. Alright then, thanks for sticking around. You may have noticed that I've been absent for a long time on my channel, and I have a plethora of reasons for that. None of them good reasons, I guess you could say. Well, sort of, depending on your take. But anyway, I have been sick. I've had a sore throat and I've had a root canal done, which has left my mouth in shreds, really. It hurts to talk. It hurts to talk right now, actually. It hurts to eat, and it hurts to breathe through my mouth. It's not fun. And yeah, so doing a vocal video is not easy when your entire mouth hurts, but I thought I'd push this one out anyway. So, I am pushing through the pain for that one. The other reason why I have been absent for so long is because I have been doing my puppy training. I have a brand new German Shepherd puppy named Saoirse, and she has an Instagram account, by the way. I'll put the link in the description if you want to see her. Very, very cute puppy. You should definitely check it out. It's run by my fiance, so that would help us out. She loves the likes and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've been doing rigorous training with her. She's going through obedience training, puppy school training, as much training as I can fit in, because she is going to be a very obedient dog. I'm actually going to use her for my job, so she needs to be very well trained. So I've been putting all my focus into that. And the last reason why I have been absent is that it is very difficult to work on videos when you work 7 days a week, 6 to 12 hours. Work has called me in right now more than I ever have in the past, and I've been doing a lot of work. Lots and lots of work, pretty much every day. Sometimes 12 hours, so I basically have time to come home, eat, look at my dog, and then pass out, and then wake up before the sun rises, go back and do that 12-hour shift again. So that doesn't leave me much time to do videos, unfortunately. But it has been freed up now. The problems have been fixed. They no longer need me, thank God, and I can go back to my regular shifts. And now I can work on videos, my hobby. Unfortunately, video making comes at the bottom of my priority list because bills, adult responsibilities, my dog, and my fiance are up there at the top. But it is slowly climbing. It really is. But anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you like my content. And I will see you next time. Hope you enjoy yourselves. If you like this, if you like putting up with my crap, leave a comment on what you think, and subscribe if you haven't, if you really like the sound of my voice. I might sound a little bit off right now because I'm in agony, but it should improve over time. Anyway, have a good one.